Check this one out. From my main man, Calico. Rock Slater Promotion.
I couldn't help, that's the way it is. I've been sitting in the back waiting patiently. I ain't Simon, but it's like that cause I say it is. I don't like to talk shit like cash, but whoop, there it is. Call them straight glass cause they see through. Since you in class, you might learn what you and we do. Give you a pass, cause I don't let them watch how we move. It's straight gas, big bags and stay lethal. So back up, I'll leave you flowing like a gas pump. Act up, I flip lava colder than Alaska. I met Pac in the spirit word, he told me I'm the last one. At my pinnacle, I was really Himalayan. Yo, 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 the building, let me drop this link. Peace to the gods. Y'all already know. I appreciate you smashing that like button. Might get the late night crowd in here. Link in the chat. Hold up 1 second. Peace, Kiera. You know, I appreciate you. I know it's about to go down. Y'all already know he a man of his word. I got the God PNF in the building. Having a little technical difficulty. There we go. In the building. Mic check. We all good?
No, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm finna come out and come right back in.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all already know. This is just a recap based off the other day. Basically the day before yesterday. Nah, Sunday. But yeah, that was Friday. Friday, Brother Garfield channel. I think I just probably need to show that I was correct. You know what I mean? Because the people like him, of course, going to disagree on everything. But they're not going to prove you wrong. Rising. So we got the brother PNF back. Okay, we're gonna get the late night crowd in here. Let's go.
All right, I'm in here. We in here.
Boom, got my brother back.
Uh, is it muted? Okay, it's muted. All right, we got 6 people in here. Let's get it. Islam, we up in here. Cherie Reed, up in
Yeet.
here. Kiara.
Yep.
All right. So you got the Garfield footage. So we've been around doing our thing. We stepping our game up from the elbows and the misfits into the bigger ring. Spitting this ism, man. Calico, one of the masters out here, man. If you didn't know, PNF agrees with that. I know a lot of people be thinking I'd be selfish for giving out accolades, but hey, it is what it is. If you ain't a master graduate, maybe maybe you just ain't got your degree. But D Calico definitely got his degree if you niggas don't know.
For real.
I'm letting you
Like,
know.
can you pull up his YouTube, Brother Garfield? 'Cause I
Okay.
don't think it's. I'm pretty sure it's not the last one, but it's the one before that.
Okay, let me share my screen. Hold on. Okay, it's present. Let me see how to do it. I think it's present. Yeah, share screen. Bam. Okay. Let me see. I didn't even know I can do that. Okay, so you say look up his show. Let me see. Bro Garfield.
Yeah, I got that feature where whenever I got guests, they can stream this to their channel. It's all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, here you go, right here. No, it ain't. That's the Lee Chronicles. Okay. I know. Okay, Brother Garfield podcast. Young. Okay,
Yeah,
2 days ago. Is this
ain't
it?
nothing on the screen.
Oh, okay.
I forgot you ain't share yet. I'm thinking you got the controls. I got the controls. But no, you ain't send it. AGE in the building. Y'all already know it's the AGE of Aquarius.
Aboriginal Goofies in the building. What's good? The master editor.
Oh, AGK. We AGK over here.
On me. Okay.
They thought PNF was out here solo dolo. What's wrong with them? Just like they think I'm over there on TikTok. They think I be solo dolo.
Right. They have no idea the
They
force.
don't even know.
Boy,
Back to back,
what?
man, bro. I already know we that tight, man. We'll put our backs to back and go at the whole room, bro. And
The
you know what I'm
whole
saying? Ain't
room.
nobody gonna move us off our square, bro.
I'm telling you, they're gonna be all fallen soldiers, man. I just got that type of confidence because I know the opposition, what they working with. These people don't got what it take to summons the force of the eternal one. They just don't got it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There ain't no God sin. I know what you mean.
Because guess what? A lot of people don't know those principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Truth is very hard to come by, and you have to have courage for truth.
Appreciate that.
Y'all don't have that. Don't have that.
AGE, I appreciate that.
Okay, I don't. I'm not sharing my screen. I don't think. No, I don't do. I
No,
don't.
I'm
Right.
on
You can do it if you go into to your
layout.
stream yard. You can give me the option to do it. How you do it? I forgot how you can do it. You can do it on your phone. Yeah. It's hold on. It's called dang, what's the part, man? I just was on StreamYard. Well, you can go in there. I'm telling you, you can give me the option to share my screen. Dang, man, I forgot though. Hold on.
I think this might be it.
Let me go back to StreamYard. I know how to do it. Cause iPower be doing it.
Check the layout. Hold on. I think this is it. For some reason, I know this picture layout. Like when you
Yeah, Garfield might peep this. Garfield knew about old PNF. They knew about the third allele and the chromosome information I've been putting out. They know about the DNA distinguishing. Rob Bourne video I did on Rob Bourne. They know about me, but they say I'm an anti-African, so they really, they think that I'm a
that's
hater.
blackball us.
So I'm not really anti-African. I'm just saying you can't denationalize us. That's goofy. That is goofy.
Even have E. There's no E markers.
Hey,
Even if we had what you're asking for,
hold on, let me put my
look at where we would have got it from. We would have got it from not ourselves. We would have got it from the Europeans. Like, what are we doing? Waiting on our daddy? Hold on. May I ask you a question? Have you ever been to Mexico to see this?
Oh Lord.
I'm asking a simple question. Stop getting emotional, bro.
This was my first time seeing it right here. What's the problem?
I'm saying, where did this picture come from? It's from a European taking it, right? So why are you beefing about Europeans and trying to bring white and black into it when 99% of your information that we get in this community comes from white people? So what is this white people argument?
Bro, a picture.
I didn't say it.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? Look at this check for $160,000.
Pre-Columbus genetic markers that we found. There's no E markers.
Hey, even if we had what you're asking for, look at where we would have got it from. We would have got it from not ourselves. We would have got it from the Europeans. Like, what are we doing? Waiting on our daddy?
Hold on.
Like,
May I ask you a question? Have you ever been to Mexico to see this?
Oh Lord.
I'm asking a simple question. Stop getting emotional, bro.
This was my first time seeing it right here. What's the problem?
I'm saying, where did this picture come from? It's from a European taking it, right? All right. Okay. So you're saying that the Egyptians came to North America or to the Central America and built this?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What is it? What is the evidence of that? How you come to that conclusion?
That wasn't the only thing they found there. They found mummies, which is not an Indian practice. You know, they've
Right.
you know, they found artifacts that can only be considered Egyptian. I'm not just talking about the Ankh. I'm talking about one particular god that looks just like Osiris. You know, so it's just a couple of different things. I believe it's Isis and all that kind of stuff. That was
but what is the evidence of them traveling here? How did they travel? Do you have evidence of them traveling here? Do you have genetic markers? Do you have linguistic evidence? Do you have anthropological evidence, archaeological evidence, historical evidence? We're the Egyptians who are the best writers in the world saying that they went on this journey. When did this happen? See, this is what I'm saying. This right here doesn't really look like an ankh because the way our ankh is shaped, you could tell, but I'm not saying this is pottery. But this is like a well, and somebody makes something with a cross right here. It don't have to be that, bro. White just can't be somebody have been innovative. White has to be connected to Egypt. Why? But why though? We have no evidence. We have no linguistics. We have no anthropological. We don't have no genetics. We have nothing. In fact, there's no pre-dynastic, pre-Columbus genetic markers that we found that even have E. There's no E markers.
Hey, even if we had what you're asking for, look at where we would have got it from. We would have got it not ourselves. We would have got it from the Europeans. Like, what are we doing? Waiting on our daddy?
Hold on. I may ask you a question. Have you ever been to Mexico to see this?
Oh, Lord.
I'm asking a simple question. Stop getting emotional, bro.
If this was my first time seeing it right here, what's the problem?
I'm saying, where did this picture come from? It's from a European taking it, right? So why are you beefing about Europeans and trying to bring white and black into it when 99% of your information that we get in this community comes from white people? So what is this white people argument?
Bro, a picture.
And it's a human sacrifice. You're right. The dude, you're actually right. It's for a human sacrifice. What I'm trying to figure out though, what is the evidence? I'm not disagreeing with you. Let's look at this, bro. Let's take the belief out of it. We can't think like how Israelites think or Moors or whatever. You don't know nothing about it. How do you prove to Garfield this is from you? How do you do it? How should you go about it?
It's not a proving thing. Like if it don't prove itself to you, then it just don't. Because that's where the belief starts to kick in. You know, like basically,
the proof is that, right? The proof is that picture, right?
The proof in the pudding, yeah.
But it don't shape like an unk, though.
That's like saying your disagreement is proof. Your disagreement is...
No, I'm saying we don't have, bro. See, this is the problem. We like to believe. He was complaining about how Israelites...
we like to disagree.
Hold on. That's fine. But how do we go about proving your point? That's what I'm asking you. How do we do that? What do you suggest? That's all I'm asking. Anybody?
So the burden of proof, the burden of proof, lies on anybody who thinks that's an unk, basically, right?
You're saying that it's an unk. I'm saying it's not an unk. It does look similar to an unk, but it's not an unk. It doesn't have the shape of an unk. This is just like a well right here. This is like a circle. And
it definitely has the shape of an unk.
It has the shape of a cross too.
What is the unk? The unk is two parts. It's the omega and the twa symbol, or the tar. The tar and the circle. The tar symbol and the omega symbol is what makes an unk. You're looking at that right there, and you still, you know what I'm saying? That we're gonna play a little game here, I guess.
Judas Redemption, he's not allowed. I'm sorry, Car's not allowed on my channel. He's the #1 pseudo in America. He's a shit.
Yo, there's a lot more, so I'm gonna definitely. I just wanna I'm just touching on that right there alone, though, right this second. You feel me? That Ankh symbol found in Mexico. You feel me? You're talking about ancient Ankh built alongside pyramid structures in Mexico. Y'all can see it. Overview. Like he literally tried to claim that's not an Ankh.
Right. And that's in Mexico. It's crazy. It's hard to. It's like I know what he's saying, but it is the same symbol, whether he like it or not. And
exactly.
It's another area in Alabama that got something similar. So we know that we dealing with this same culture.
Exactly. And then like he started putting his foot in his mouth and everything because he was like, if you saying the same people, these Egyptians also built these pyramids, then there's older pyramids, like Garfield said out of his own mouth. There's older pyramids over here. And he named the exact one. I forget which one he said. But he said it's older than the Giza pyramids and all of the pyramids in Egypt. So what are you saying? That the Egyptians came from over here? It's like he almost spilled the beans.
Right. They know it. They like I say, they prolonging their little cash cow over there to trick
Yep.
people. But they know it because it's revealed through this research that more has been putting out. They know it. Now, to staple that, I put out a post recently about the king of the Moabites or the king of the Egyptians named Missouri. Musuri. He was a king in Moab over the Egyptians, Missouri. And the Holy
Mm,
Prophet said, our homeland is Missouri.
bro, that's deep. Cause what we call Tammuz, which is the ancient Christ, that's almost like a Christianizing of his name. Is
Right.
actually
Thomas, right?
Demuzi, and the
Right.
D
The
means
Moors.
God.
Right.
So what is his name? Muzi,
The
like you was
Muzi.
just saying.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
Muzi. Yo, that's deep. That's deep because there's a people in South America called the Musica. That's crazy.
yeah.
Now I
Come
was
on,
reading
man.
about the carpenter's tools on in the Quran about the axe as well, and how the axe was their symbol. And I see a lot of these native or these indigenous tribes and the Berbers with that axe. So this is a clan of people or a movement of people that practice this universal underhood of understanding of Christhood that they're watering down. Shout out to Uncode in the building 24/7.
Yes, sir. Hey,
So
ain't gonna lie, everybody in the chat stay on code 24/7. That's why we rock with each other. For real. Kiera, AGE, Cherie Reed L. You know what I mean? I can't vouch for the lurkers. I don't know who lurking, but the ones typing, yeah, they 100.
damn sister soul, that's how much of a hater she is. She's still lurking.
Exactly.
Straight
And
hater,
go and
man.
go hit and she gonna hit that thumbs down. I probably
And
just
hit that
responded.
thumbs down. That
Probably just
woman there.
reminded. She's like, oh yeah, let me go hit that button.
Man, I'm talking about we straight debunking this lady. Really, I got enough courage to say you got me. You got me. Let me go on in and admit it. Lady, you said you was gonna
Hey,
break my pockets with a cease and desist a month ago. You and Amani Bay. You cannot do that. That's not a lawsuit, man. Now she's saying, this is what Sister Soul saying. I'm an idiot. I need to stop teaching because the Supreme Court said that you don't have to have a license. That's not totally incorrect, man. They're saying if you're not a citizen, you don't need a license to travel. And they broke it down to if you're just doing a travel like you're moving, you don't need a license. But if you're a citizen or a resident,
yep,
the
you
government
forfeited.
have the right to issue licenses.
Yeah, you forfeited your rights.
Exactly. You're not even with the Constitution. So now she's
Yeah.
trying to goddamn implement this Constitution to the Supreme Court. I'm
So
like, lady, you just literally said you're not a citizen. You're a damn
exactly,
Indian from far away. What are you trying to enforce
bro,
our laws for? You're
bro.
contradicting yourself.
That's like going to the putt golf and arguing with them about their go karts.
Exactly. They can't see. Like, lady, you got nothing to do with this. You just really disenfranchise
I'm talking
yourself.
about, and they the type to be like, no, I brung my own go kart. So what, lady? Man. You know what I mean? It don't matter that you got your and I got my own license on my go kart. You know what I mean? I mean my own tag on my go kart.
Right.
Like, come on, man,
Man, I'm talking
stop.
about she don't even see it, man. Like, come on, sister. So,
You
like, lady,
cannot go to Grand Prix, putt golf, or none of them places, Top Golf, and go play the go karts and make up the rules.
and just make up the rules, man. And I told her, and I just kept it simple. I said, ma'am, regardless, you have one eye, so you have Social Security. I guarantee you the prerequisite to getting Social Security is having an ID. They will not let you access Social Security without what? A government issued ID. So, ma'am, you just sit up there and call me out my name saying you don't need a license or ID, but you have one, ma'am. Why do you have it? To get your Social Security for that one eye. Duh. So stop playing with me, sister soul. I embarrass you all across the board, and I don't want to do this to you. I really don't want to do this. Yeah, she proved Indian was a misnomer on Taharka Bay's channel, and she's steady in her feelings, trying to get some redemption from all these embarrassments. You know what I'm saying? Like, grow up, sister soul. We just embarrassed Root Words. I destroyed his career. He's never bouncing back. And we're like, I'm really trying to train females to do these debates, man, to step up on these women. And our media platform, our movement is going to be the one that Taj Tariq benefit, what he was going through and getting fame. I want that. I want our community to be known. Including Crumb, all of these people that do it the right way, they deserve the voice, y'all. They do it the right way, man.
Watch this. One, we got real rap in the building. We never know what to expect. But
I'm on peace, my brother. I'm on peace, bro.
Hey, yeah, the other day you was up there with
Turtle Gang.
Turtle Gang. I was just gonna say I could have did a whole video about that, because what he's saying about the Delaware Moors ain't 1,000. That ain't 1,000.
1,000, and I'm coming for him because I done the research on the Sagamores, right? Not to cut you off. Now the Wampanoag, and when we dealing with King William and King Philip, the Wampanoag damn leader is called the last of the Metamora. So it's like, why you can't tell us that, nigga? I mean, one thing about Turtle Gang, he do mention the Lenape Moors and all that and his little African relationship, but why you're not telling us their leader is called the Metamora?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. They leave out little intricacies like the Sagamores, which is the same as the Chickamauga. It's the same damn word.
PNF. Hey, bro. I wanted to commend you on that field research that you did with that. I don't know where you was. You was in like Illinois or Wisconsin, and you had found that stone monument. I wanted to give you credit for that, bro. Like, I ain't got nothing against you, bro. Nothing against you or Calico. That's why I'm up here.
Yeah, it's all good, but I'm a Moorish American, man, and I'm not defeatable. It's like I'm like what me and Calico doing is we're really doing God's work. A person can go against it, but they just don't land the waste.
Bro, after I found my 6 times grandma, who's African from Senegalese. I mean, for her lineage goes to Senegal, but she was born in Cape Verde. After I found my grandma, it changed my whole perspective. I'm not against nobody that's out here trying to do better for themselves and better for the people. Right. I say it all the time on my channel. I'm not against the Moors that teach their people how to come out the lower self. I'm not against you.
But you know what? You did a Dirty Moor campaign, and like I was telling Calico back then, we appreciate that because it gives us a chance to, to know our strengths. So we're not afraid of you questioning the Moors, but you kind of went out on a slander spree, and then you went at the Kiera. I guess you was mad because we went at Mac. Because like I told you, I have a history with Mac. Brother.
As a man, if I did it in public, I got a strike for the video with Kiera. I received a strike, and I wasn't even tripping. I didn't cry about it. I took it on the chin, and I will apologize in public because I did it in public. Whether she accepts it or not, I'm gonna put it to the universe. I'm gonna put it to Ra. I'm gonna put it to whoever can receive it. So I apologize publicly to not only Kiera for anything I said that was out of line or that was offensive. I apologize to the brother Calico, and I apologize to the brother PNF. From the beginning, I felt like we could work together because these abos, man, these abos have no research, bro. All I do is genome project research. All I do is study cell research. All I do is go from prokaryotes on down. And these Pan-Africans can't walk it down how they come from monkeys, respectfully. Because I don't push that. I don't teach that. I don't teach hominid theory.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I done kind of came to grasp with that. And science has never said that we come from monkeys. not even science. Science not saying that. Science is saying that we have a common ancestor. Like
But this
the monkey has a common
Exactly.
ancestor.
That's
The
exactly
monkey,
what they
the
say.
problem though. Hey, wait,
watch this,
hold on, Calico. So it's the problem. When you go to Hominidae, if you look,
not monkey,
if
but the
you
ape.
look, watch this. If you look up Homo genus, right, it's gonna bring you to it's gonna bring you to a chart. The chart dates back to 10 million years at Hominidae. Hominidae is the common ancestor, allegedly amongst all, but it doesn't explain how Hominidae came into existence.
Yeah, it's
And that's
almost a
all.
theory. Yeah.
Exactly. That's all I want from Q Butter. That's all I want from Not a Coincidence and all these Pan Africans and Sean and all these cats. Walk it down. How
Hey,
did
put it like this.
Hominidae come into existence and develop it? You will not find science that explains it, because you know why? When you go to prokaryotes, right? Prokaryotes is 3.5 billion years old. You got a major gap from the origin of prokaryote into Hominidae. They can't explain it. I had a Pan African that tried to reference the book My Inner
Hey,
Fish. Garbage.
hey, explain this. Explain how an ape, just like the Homo erectus, have been walking for millions of years upright, and you got other species that were crawling or walking on all fours.
Now watch this.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
did
Thousands
research
of
on
years
that.
ago.
I did research.
Now
I
remember,
would
Noble Drew Ali said we was upright before I heard anybody else preaching that. I just want to say that for the record.
I
Noble
would
Drew Ali teach that.
hey, look, respectfully, our hip bones are nothing like Homo erectus, Homo habilis, right? Or any other homos or any other homogeneous group outside of what we are today. I can debunk everything respectfully. I can debunk everything you just said, my brother, because the way that our hips are structured
Yeah, that's the only
is
thing. The
nothing,
hips
it's
in the
nothing like a
womb.
primate.
The hips was the only thing that changed, and they saying that came from running so much in open land that they became more athletic. Their bodies became more structured,
My
like
brother,
modern.
my brother. None of the homogeneous from her erganstus, like I said, Homo habilis. You don't teach on Homo habilis, but you know Homo habilis is credited for the most advanced tools at that time period. You know that, right? They don't give Homo erectus that credit. They give Homo habilis that credit. Homo habilis, when you look it up, is literally the worker or the workman or the craftsman. All right, that's BS, because they're not giving you day-to-day processes with what these apes were doing. Now, go to the definition primate. When you go to the etymology, it's dealing with some ecclesiastical priests, right? But when you deal with the 1876 definition, right, that is going to tie you into Carl Linnaeus and taxonomy, it has nothing to do with us, brother. That's why I'm saying, brother, I seen not Calico, PNF. I seen you go on Sonetta. I seen you try to build with Jabari, and I seen you try to build with these abos, bro. They don't respect you, bro. Just like they don't respect me, because they don't respect science. They don't respect that the fact you make a claim and you substantiate it with research and sources. They don't have no sources, bro. Their master teacher, all right, is somebody that don't even show their face. Now, I don't need a thank you, PNF, but you know I found that picture of A1, that video. I didn't need no thank you, even though I was joking this, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, praise to the Most High, man, because I found that on some fluke shit. I wasn't even looking for it,
Yep.
right? I wasn't even looking for it, but the Most High will not let these suckers hide no more. They can't hide.
Right.
So I'm like I told you months ago, I got love for you. I think you got hella potential. I think you a man, and I respect you and Calico as men. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm not your enemy. And I've never been your enemy. I felt like I had to do certain things in order for you to know who I am, right? But I never got malicious. Now, when it comes to them abos, They get no respect. All right, respectfully, allegedly. AP is a government witness. We found that we got the records. He's a government informant and he's on the black extremist list. We found it. All right. I do hella research, bro. And the research that I don't do, my people that do research to back me up will let me know, bro. So for me, man, I don't have nothing against the Moors that are American. All right, I don't have nothing against you. I don't have nothing against Moors that have African lineage. How could I ever be a hypocrite? My man, I found a slave narrative of my grandmother's story. Her name is Francois Senegal. Born in 1732, died in 1857. That woman was 125 years old, bro. Her grandson freed himself out of slavery, and his name was Francois. My grandma spelled Francois with an E on the end. My 4 times great grandpa Francois is no E. It's just Francois with the S on the end. Not only did he free himself at 18, but he became a slave owner in the 1830s, and he freed all his people in the 1850s. I got I got a slave registry that shows how black people were insured, from Aetna to American insurance to New York. It was New York Summit Insurance, bro. As soon as I walk in the crib, if you want, I can share my screen, or I can email it to you. You go to slave registry and you'll see that not only were these people insured, but they had policy numbers, right? And they were buying themselves out of their indenture in our land, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I can't let Garfield off the hook. Yeah, I got you on the solo. I don't know how that happened. I was trying to put myself on there. Moving a little slow.
To the ancestors. Now, let me say this now. I simply ask you, how do we go about proving it? You said just by looking at it, that is enough. That's not proof, my brother.
I told you about the other artifacts. Like you can look up the other artifacts.
We're not talking about no other artifact. We're talking about this thing right here that they found.
I'm talking about on the same exact site. That same exact site had other Egyptian artifacts.
There's no Egyptian artifacts here, brother.
No, I'm not talking about buildings, Egyptian buildings. I'm not saying that. I said artifacts.
What other Egyptian artifacts? Let's go to it.
Like I said, a mummy and all.
Hold on.
That's not an Indian practice.
Hold on one second. This is sad. Dog gotta bring up
The mummy.
Kalam, you got any questions for him?
You got any questions?
It's gonna take a while.
Do you got any questions?
The lamb is mind blown.
I'm retired.
You said this is why you retired.
No, man. Okay, let me talk for a hot second. Because you know on my channel, we have the saying that if you are truthful, then provide thy evidence. So anybody who is making a claim should at least provide some evidence to back it up. If you're going to say that there is punks inside of the Americas pre-Columbian period, there should be some form of evidence, whether it's archaeological evidence, as Brother Garfield stated, artifacts, what in the material culture says it's such. Is there any literature that says, has any recordings of such things? To now claim that basically, the Ankh is made out of the Tau and the Omega, which are Greek symbols or Greek, glyphs, so to speak, where the Ankh completely predates the Greek. It's like, I don't know. Garfield as providing or looking up to find the mummies. It shouldn't be you that's looking up to find them out. It shouldn't be you doing all of the research that can to disprove the assertion or the claim that's being made. The person who's making the claim should provide the evidence. Otherwise, there's no real reason to even take the claim, seriously in the first place. Personally, I don't even take the claim serious. And I just see it as a waste of time. And I don't mean no disrespect to anybody. But I just feel as though, we're in like 2023. We've gone past even the information age. We've gone past the digital age. We're in the age of imagination right now. And we're still able to do simple scholarship. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd rather just go back to bed and just sleep because this is just jarring to me. That's all.
Must have been doing something.
Yeah, I'm here with you. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people try to just steal Egypt altogether and say Egypt is just in the Americas. You know what I mean? So I don't approve of none of that. And in Americas, I don't think there is a sensible claim to say that Egypt is in the Americas. Egypt is in Northeast Africa. Yeah, well, Egypt was an empire. So to say it's just one place is, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know who y'all think built the pyramids in America. Like, I really want. Y'all think the Native Americans built that, don't y'all? Y'all think that for real? I'm wondering. If it wasn't Native Americans too. This is Calico. This is really, really sad. This is 20. Yeah, that's not gonna change my mind. Hold on, Calico. This is really sad. You have hold on. You have zero evidence Egyptians came over here, and in fact, the Caral Soupe pyramids or buildings are older than the Egyptian pyramids.
You heard what you say?
So how did they come here first and do it first, and then go? The Caral Soupe pyramids or buildings are older than the Egyptian pyramids. So how did they come here first and do it first, and then go back? The Caral Soupe pyramids or buildings are older than the Egyptian pyramids. So how did they come here first and do it first, and then go back to Egypt and do it? You're not making no sense. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. You can't prove it. You're making it up. You believe that. And you're saying what? That the Native Americans built it, is what you keep saying, right? Hold on a second. Let me address this brother in the chat right here. That right, need to come over to where I'm at. You need to come over here because we teach you guys. And anyone that teaches that black people in America are Israelites don't know what they're talking about in the first place. That the stories of them coming from Egypt and Israel was added on and doesn't come from oral traditions from the Ashanti. This is in 1945. He's not going to convince nobody that you're not. I'm just going to put the information out. If you accept it, you accept it. If you don't, just enter into West and Central Africa. Me and Rob will go do something like that. But anyway, I'm done with you. Go back to Barry's channel and whatever. I got that. And every time you're emailing me, texting, oh, can I get the source? The source is Tadar Parfit, Jews in Africa and America. Read the book and you will see it. That's it. All right. Now, the brother that said about the Grand Canyon too, I need to have him back here. I need that brother. We need that brother on here also. Because I'm gonna show y'all how the story got developed. Y'all don't know. Y'all never research it. Y'all just believe anything y'all want to believe. You talking about the Kincaid caves? What do you mean? Hold on, I'm gonna get you. Oh, so you believe in it? I mean, I researched it. You researched it. All right. Hold on. Let's finish right now with the pyramid. Just like the Burroughs caves. Let's deal with the pyramid. Chicago.
Illinois.
Right, the Burroughs case. That's what I was talking about earlier when I showed that Chickamauga thing.
Like, bro. Like, they got mad at me when I told them how there was no yellow people. You know what I mean? Like the people we call in the modern Chinese or the modern Siberian, there were no yellow people when we go back these 10,000 years ago.
Right. When we look at the images of the Chinese and the Asians, a lot of them are really brown and resemble us. So we know the yellow is from the bleaching of the British. When the British went out to genocide Aboriginals on all continents, they started creating mongrels with a GREL, intentionally breeding out the dark skinned people, like in Cambodia, all over. So there was no yellow people. So we got to get that out of our mind during these migrations. That is a relatively new concept of introducing GMO populations by Britain.
Yep. Like, come on, man. I'm telling them, I'm telling them about the Negritos, right? And how the Negritos are the basal race of Asians.
Right.
So this is the base race. All Asians come from the so-called Negrito. These people are truly Moro.
Right.
Moro, like Morocco, like Moro, right? But these Moros, who they call Negritos, are the base race of all of the East. You feel me? All of Asia, the East Indian and everything. You feel me? These people are the Philippines, and the Sentinelese Islands in
Malay,
Australia.
I think it's called
Yeah,
Malaysia. All
Malay.
that.
Yep, yeah, Malaysia. These Malaysians, come on, man. They purely us. They purely Negrito. Like, man, they know that. Come on, back during these migrations. Even if they want to go to 15, or if they want to go to the new one, now they're saying 30,000 years ago, people crossed the Bering Strait. Well, people leaving Asia around that time could have only been Negrito. Negritos have been in Asia at least 38,000 years. You feel me? So, like the Chinese people were literally created. I'm saying created. Basically made, created, however you want to put it,
Made.
on the island of Jamon in Japan. So the island of Jamon, basically, since they didn't have enough fruits, veggies, and proper food, they had nothing but a fish diet, a pescatarian diet, and this led to losing of their melanin, and eventually they became these yellow people. And living on these islands creates a thing called island dwarfism. So people who live on islands, tend to be short because of this. Like even anciently prehistoric animals, like the stegodon, which is the largest of all elephants, bigger than the mastodon. Stegodon getting stranded on islands caused island dwarfism, and in this species of elephant, and eventually created the mammoth. And then the mammoth being stranded on the island created more dwarfism. You feel me? Breaking it all the way down to the animals, the sizes that we see today. But yeah, man. And eventually, after being there for like 3,000 years, they left that island of Jamon about 3,000 years ago. So they only been around 6,000 years. These yellow people. So when they talk about these Native Americans, come on, man, they were Negritos. Period. That's why even over there on that part of the world, you see people look like these Indians. That's why I've
Right.
been made the videos. East and West Indians are the same people.
Right.
You know what I mean? They coming from us. They come from our loins. We know this. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But yeah, I don't know if I'm a see. I wish I'd have been able to pull it up on the computer so I could have just really cooked. But anybody, I might even clip it out myself and put it on my channel because I know I cooked it. I wish I would rather have the images to show because you know what I'm saying? Ain't like I was on the computer or nothing. I was just up there able to talk. I wasn't able to really show them.
Right.
But I got it. I got the receipts. That's nothing. I got videos on that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I be killing them on TikTok. I be knocking their head loose, bro. Real talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna start building with you on TikTok so they can know that we got a team of marauders out here when they come to defending this
Yep.
real information.
Bro, they just started talking about the Maricans and everything. I'm like, man, bro, man. Let me get PNF over here, man.
Right, dirty
Let
as
me get
hell.
a let me get a real Marican over here. A real American, you know?
Straight up, nigga. We years. This been 2 years since we
Come on,
didn't
man.
celebrate
Come on, man.
Marika.
Break Man, breaking down doors, then trying to wake them up. And I'm glad you went on you know what I'm saying? Like you definitely went on a real tear for a little minute there.
Yeah, I went on one of them expeditions.
Yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
playing. I went on DeSoto's expedition. They can play like they ain't carcasses
Yes,
on a
sir.
on a on a Skull Island somewhere. Nigga,
Yeah,
you niggas just
exactly.
put up on Skull Island because of me and still in your feeling. Real
Man,
rap, I guess, because he got courage for truth and just came and kept it real.
man, I want that real rapper Gemini, man. He might be a Gemini. I ain't lying. Real. I wouldn't be surprised if he a Gemini. But hey, I'm with you when you're right. That's with anything and anybody. That's why I stay on the side of PNF. You feel me? The brother right. You feel me? So anybody trying to debate, man, I pity the fool, man. The
Yeah,
PNF set you up, bro.
yeah, I set
Set you
them
up.
up, man. I set them up with the wordplay, with my delivery, my accent. I set you up. I confuse you. I make you think you got me. And I'm going to lay you down because I already know the answer before I start my debate. I've already done the research, and I'm not gonna let you
Hey,
outlie me. You're not
bro,
gonna do it.
man, they know how we get down, man. Like, man, they can go get anybody in the world, man. You feel me? Just because we know they got a whole team. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna put the whole team down and make this shit really righteous. Like it's just unstoppable.
Man, we got
Y'all already know
VJ
y'all
in
can't see.
India. I got a South American. We got VJ in India. I got a
Yep,
Guatemalan.
yep.
I got a cold-blooded African team. Like,
You
come on,
feel me?
man. I didn't went over this with y'all. If we really do this, we can do this.
Yep, yep. I ain't gonna lie. I know a couple cold Africans, boy. I'm talking about, boy. They ain't nothing to be fucked up with. Over there on TikTok, boy. It's some monsters, man. For real, but not really. You know what I mean? Like over here, like it's supposed to be. The Moors always doing their thing, but
Yeah.
nobody else ain't shaking nothing over there on TikTok. But them Africans tough.
Yeah, them Africans tough with it, man. They be knowing stuff, but
They taught me a couple things. I ain't lying. I was surprised. I mean, when the first one opened my eyes and something, I'm like, bro, ain't nobody. And then I remember I came over here and PNF was talking about it. I said, man, what the? Man, I want to slam my drink on the table. I'm like, what the hell, man? How the hell do PNF be knowing this? What the hell going on, bro? You feel me?
that's that frequency, that's that
So,
divine highway to that real,
yeah,
that information highway that
bro.
they
I
mimicking.
said, I said so Nini, and you said so Nini, so Nana.
Right.
I'm like, oh man, this man PNF.
And he talking about he's Senegalese. So this all goes back to Sonini, who
Yep.
they call the Lord, and it's a kingdom called Sign Kingdom in Senegal. And they are
Mm,
the Sun Kingdom of what we call the brother. What is the brother name? Oh, I can't think of his name. He's an old Moor. He's very famous. A lot of
bro.
people they keep his name up. But these people are the direct people of what we dealing with in Louisiana and the Louisiana Purchase. You see what I'm saying? And the Sun culture people, Aztecs, they rewrote our whole history, man, and it's right here in our face. And everything. The dang, I
Hey
cannot.
man, that's deep. I'm talking about, man. Y'all ain't never going over PNF head, man. You heard me?
Nah,
Real. So
Sundiata Keita in them. I can't think of the other dude now. He has a major name. Not Sundiata Keita, but I think about. I know it's I did a video on it. I can't believe it. I never forgot. Wow, but I'll break it down when I get it.
yes, sir.
Dang, what's this dude?
And and I ain't gonna lie, like one thing about the elders, I ain't mad at them, but the elders be closed minded. You know,
Oh
the,
yeah,
the elders not here to learn. You feel me? Like they ain't here to learn the damn thing. They like shit, nigga. I'm the elder. You think I ain't thought of that? But can't always, can always think that because We master students. You feel me? So we know it ain't nothing new because we goddamn done studied it all. And guess what we're gonna do? Study it again. And again and again and again. That's research. That's what people scared to do. You feel me? They think because they done glossed over everything one time that they done research. That's not research. You gotta do it again and again. You feel me? That's the re. That's what the re means again. You gotta search again and again to be a researcher. We own that. And that means with a new mind. When you come at it next year or the year, 2-3 years later, you coming at it with a new mind. I don't care if it's a movie. You watching it with your third eye now compared to then. Even if even if you was in tune then, imagine now. You know what I mean? We locked and loaded, fully loaded. But yep, like even with the Turtle Gang thing, like his big gripe is he got issues with certain Moors in the conscious community, bro. And I'm gonna keep it 1,000. And people let that come in between the God honest truth. Like I don't care who you beefing with, and I know because you've been beefing with him. You know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with me and no other Moor. That's you and him. You know what I'm saying? The Lenni Lenape should be looked at as nothing else but Moors. That's all it should be looked at. I'm just saying. They some fez wearing, Moor declaring, like it wasn't just no small little clique of them doing that. You talking about since their inception, man, they done had the feds, man. It's just been one too many occurrences to just sweep it under the rug. For one, they dark skinned and they don't want to be Moors, so that's just asinine. You know what I mean? It's asinine.
Yeah, some of these Moors go too far with they little character, they persona.
Yep.
What the prophet brought, he brought for your own salvation to save yourself. So it ain't really no clubhouse competition. Like, we trying to make a name for ourselves. So the YouTube Moors that he talking about, he got every right to question them. This is media. So I ain't finna hop up, but I don't play the Moors ain't from here and we're African because we're dealing with the etymology of Moor. So when you study and you go and find out what Moor mean, and I found out the motherboard, the mother, Moor.
Mm-hmm.
So we're dealing with etymology. So we know Moar or Moor. We're dealing with Mere, the sea, and we're dealing with the first or the chief, like. So that's America, the great mother, grandmother. That's where we get Granada from, the grand race. So we're dealing with something greater than what they talking about. You see what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I come in. And other than that, they can have their little arguments because we already proved who the Moabites and Canaanites was. And then when we go and do the etymology and the culture anthropologically through the South Americas, North America, Central, Canada, Moorish culture predate everything. I mean, when it come to make sense culture, that makes sense with the masonry and the rock cutting. I think I did a video on rock cutting in the caves we got. The Mayans and their deep affinity with Egyptians and Naga snake, Buddha, Mori Buddha, Mary, Maya. We've been there, done that all across the. It's just something spectacular about the word more and how it's connected to everything. It's crazy. I don't know how to explain it. So one thing and something else y'all don't know. The Talmud is actually called the Gemora or the Imora. And the philosophy is called Amorium. So these so-called Jewish people is literally taking our literature and replacing it, practicing it behind our back. Spanish, little black person operating in the Philippines, Austronesia. So this is big right here because the studies for the Olmecs leads them back to Austronesia. The real studies of
Yep.
the
Yep. Australasians.
yeah, that's what they call the Olmecs. They said the only people who share affinities with Olmecs is Austronesian, but they're primitive. So the scientist was like, okay, the Austronesians is primitive and the Olmecs is advanced. Why is this? That's the most baffling questions. Did the Negritos come to America or did they escape America and live on the islands, but directly from the Olmec? So we dealing with real aboriginals right here, the Olmec. That's their bloodline. So why don't we get a big conversation on these people who is in the Pacific? We been knew about this. We been talked about the Pacific and the Ring of Fire and the people there.
Always
Years,
have.
years I done seen D Calico and the likes. With our other our brother, what's our brother name? D Rock. People like that who really know. Sacred
Yeah.
Grove.
Like,
We
bro, that's
talked
why I
about
went ahead and coined the term. East and West Indians are the same people.
yeah, and that's one of that's book worthy right there. That's another book
Yeah.
worthy topic that we can
Real.
put out because it's just getting ignored. You see what I'm saying? It's just blatantly getting ignored just because we the authors of it. They want to milk it like how you talk about how YouTube want to milk everything important until it's time. That's
Yep.
how these conscious gatekeepers want to be. We ain't ready for
Man,
that. Let's milk this. Y'all too advanced. That's all they saying because the information is right here. Look at all them people that they try to hide from us right here. Right here in what's what you call that? The Philippines, Asian. Man, it's right.
man,
Right.
check the lineage out. You know, like they know how we rock.
Tai in Yuan ancestry. Tian Yuan. So they even related to the Yuan dynasty.
Mm-hmm. Just like we got,
Sudoers.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like we got,
Paninge.
like we got Tijuana.
Right.
You know what
Austral. It said Austral Asians though. That don't
I
say
mean? Yeah,
Austral. That say Austral.
yeah. Australasians.
Because you
Like
know
they'll tell you
Austral means
Australasians. They'll tell you Australasians came to America 130,000 years ago.
that's what I'm saying. The rabbit out the hat. But can't you lo and behold, y'all, the last damn obstacle is if we was Moors or not. Can y'all believe it? That everybody in the
That's it.
country is screaming Aboriginal all over
Yep.
the country, and the final
Yep.
debate is if it's
Finally.
Moors or Indian.
Finally.
I'm telling y'all, look on TikTok, everybody going nuts because everybody's talking about Aboriginal. YouTube is the battleground where the wars is going on. Everybody else is just the benefactors, chopping it up already. We have a Titan war. That's why I took A1 down. That's why I took root words down. I did it respectfully. Now who's next? Who's running their mouth? Because Chief Holiday don't want to debate me. He already said it. He's running. And everybody to recognize me, they know I got the courage to do it. So what is the prolonging? You see what I'm saying? So it's like we want to get out here and let the world see this. Even what's his name? Longo. Dr. Longo rocking with us.
Yeah.
And I don't like calling him that. I just call him Trevor. I'm not calling no man Longo.
Exactly.
Like,
Pause.
I'm not playing for none of that. Pause. Stop it. I'm gonna call him Dr. L. But they're all supporting us to put something big together to just be constantly voicing the indigeneity of the brownness and the woolly head naga, which we're symbolized throughout history. So I'm ready. I know I'm ready because I'm going through a flow. I'm not stuttering. I don't need no script. And anywhere I go, gonna be just like this. You see what I'm saying? Right out top. We got a museum. All of us got a museum on our channel worth millions. You see what I'm saying? Museums on our channels.
Yeah.
What? Like, come on, man. We the
Like,
scientists. Right. Look at Buddy in the back though. The one with the
You know,
little fruit in his hand, and the other one with his teeth showing. These is niggas.
come on,
Now,
that's a
some of
whole
them other
family.
ones look like obvious niggas, but look at these little
Hey,
Mexican ones. Niggas.
bro, that's their bro, that's the elders, and this their grandkids. So this is our family.
And
This is
I'm so
how
glad he
it look.
showed this because niggas is, I don't want to say slow, but y'all don't even realize this how the children come out in America. I
That's how
ain't
they
saying they
come.
come straight out Mexican, but what I'm saying is it'll be different looking children. It don't just be no everybody look the same.
Man, bro, watch this. The original form of man is being looked at as the Australoid.
Right.
Then the people, the people, the Aborigines from Australia are looked at as the original form of man, and they're saying this original form of man, when when it entered into the rainforest, became the Negritos, like the
Right.
first elder we see in the front. Negritos.
Right.
Somehow, living in the rainforest, their generations and generations became Negritos. But this was the Australoid to begin with. And then these Negritos, begat these kind of stock right here in other regions. You feel me? Now, if the Australoid would have went just up into the cold regions, a lot wouldn't have changed. But when he went into the rainforest first, and his generations later went into the cold, now we seeing differences.
Right. Right. We getting different types. I got you.
Yeah,
Through migration. That makes sense. And
yeah, man.
isolations.
And a lot of, and to me, I feel like a lot of areas had different radiation going on that we wasn't even aware of.
Right.
We just,
Different radiations,
yep,
different vibration, base salt levels, fresh
exactly.
water levels, all etc.
You feel me?
Hydrogen, heat, humidity, you
Imagine
know,
going into a cave not knowing it got uranium. Like the whole cave is really,
and you just camping out there for
yeah.
years and you just
That's
on a
what
big
y'all, yeah,
rock.
that's what y'all posted. Y'all posted up over here. You
For
know?
real. Dudes
Yeah.
start popping up with big feet,
Yep.
all types of
Hey,
stuff. They
hey,
don't know
hey,
why.
your hair ain't gonna stand up no more. It's gonna
Right.
fall down. You're coming out
Everybody
recessive.
magically got straight hair, and don't nobody know why they
Yeah,
got straight hair. Like all us, my
yeah,
grandma and them got nappy hair.
yeah. What happened?
Don't
But
even know they
we,
just walked into a whole zone that break the
yep,
whole vibration down.
everything, the
Fact.
food and all, or the
See, you
lack
cold
of.
blooded. See, you know what it is. You got the vision. All of the probabilities on how the
Bro,
dynamics
J.A.
are
Rogers,
changing.
J.A. Rogers, man, dropped all of this. I'm just picking it up.
Right. You just picking it
You
up.
know,
So I definitely said I wanted to cover that, brother. I forgot
yep.
to cover
Joseph
all his work.
Augustus Rogers.
The
Like he
man.
made a book called Africa's Gift to America.
It's so unfortunate. Unfortunately, Africa is called Africa, even though I
Yeah,
used to see the name of the
yeah,
Raka in it. But the
yeah.
unfortunate, it's another argument like the Moors, the
Mhm.
African word, y'all. If y'all don't know the etymology of it ain't. It's white land. I'm sorry, Avery land, Afrikaners. It's hard to get past that. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Like the more, and it's tied to some sellouts that don't exist. Simple stuff is why we don't make progress. But
You
we
know,
have to get it right.
yeah.
But I want to hold these debates and topics because it's information worthy. It makes us find out who he is and searches like this. Look at what he's showing. And I really think these are the Greek heroes that they got on them bases
Yeah,
everywhere.
that toga, yeah, all that, yep,
All
that's
that
real.
come from these dudes, from these villages.
Wow, boy, hey, that's why
Yeah,
you,
now look at
man,
his hair though. You feel
man,
me? Same.
that
Come
was a
on,
real
man.
download.
They're copying these dudes, man, who been did it before us.
Yep, yep,
Telling you, been men standing on mountains. Little men, the Negritos been conquering mountains, taking down animals. You feel me? They got them in
yes, sir.
Africa on film running through the jungle.
Bro, they would not call these people African to save their life.
Right, them ain't no
So how
Africans.
can they call us African when we look like Negritos?
Right, and then to solidify that, not solidify, but to amplify.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Negrito King Lucas in Chicago World Fair
Mm-hmm.
during the
Mm-hmm.
exposition. King Lucas, the Negrito King, and his wife.
Come on, man.
At a time where the world is exposing these cultures, why are they in Chicago, the place where Noble Drew Ali was protecting the indigenous people?
Yes,
It's
sir.
just no coincidence. King Lucas, we looked that up. We're gonna see he's the king of the Negritos, and we know they call themselves Moros for whatever reason. So one thing about the indigenous and all of this argument, we leave out the Negritos, and I don't, lo and behold, D Calico brought it up for the timely matter. But why don't we talk about the Negritos?
Yep. Let's stop denying them.
We're denying a whole history that we can't claim because none of us are little people. So it's not even ours. It's not even ours.
See,
So
watch this. My argument is to those brothers in the back, right? To those brothers in the back. See, they not lost on that part of the world. But when you get back over here, those brothers in the back don't you know what I'm saying? They don't even know that they come from these elders.
right, I got you.
Over there, this is not a question.
It's not a
They all
question.
know this. They're like, oh yeah, I got, man, my grandma way darker than me. Man, my grandma darker than you. Man, my granddaddy did, They know this.
Straight
Over
nigga.
here, they've been Mexican for so long.
Right, they Migos now.
Yeah. They've been Native American for so long that
Yeah,
they don't even acknowledge that they came from these kind of elders.
they don't have no connection. And the ones who do claim some African, they can beat them up real bad.
Mm-hmm.
Who try to incorporate African into their little Mexican or native culture, they beat them up, y'all.
And or basically to even identify them with their Negrito ancestors.
Right.
Huh?
But this it right there, though. I know about the Austronesians and the Micronesians. He hit the nail right, the hammer right on the nail, y'all, with the true origins of civilization. With these people right here, not just the Twa, which is another
Which are Negritos. They are literally Negritos. That's why I say in the rainforest, the Australoid becomes a Negrito, and you find the Negrito in every rainforest around the world. But what they're called Twa. The Twa are in every rainforest and other places around the world.
Their rainforest where they inhabit, these people, I forgot what it's called. Let's start with an N. It's like 180 million years old of continuous inhabitation. These Negrito people in Papua New Guinea, around that area, they got one of the oldest rainforests in the world. I looked it up, and it's inhabited by these Negrito people. So it's some sacred Garden of Eden stuff going on that the military and governments know about. We just don't know about it. Where these people live.
Bro, 1/3 of the world's population lives in South Asia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is where the Negrito is at. Any part of the world, the South is where you find us.
Yep.
Us. India in the South. You know what I mean? Like, of course, in America right here, you come down to the South, it's, straight chocolate. You hear me? Goddamn South America. You know what I mean? All that. So even in Spain, in the South, is where you're gonna find us. Everywhere. Wherever the South is. That's relegated to people like us. Watch this.
Yeah, this is American. And like I said, there's a study, there's a video. I still got the video.
Hey, matter of fact, before I change this image, every time I always seen this image, and this is the first time I'm on YouTube with it, But man, this image remind me of Bro Sanchez, that first elder right there in the front. Tell me it don't look like Bro Sanchez.
The one with the army hat.
The army hat, and Bro Sanchez been to the army. Ain't that crazy?
Yep, that's his Lagrito self.
Yep, that's it. For real. That's his Negrito ancestor.
Yep, he got that stance, that little look like Sanchez.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at these people right here. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Look at them. Phylogenetic data suggests that an early initial Eastern lineage trifurcated somewhere in South Asia and gave rise to Australasian Oceanians, the Andamanese South Asian lineage. Although Oceanians and Papuans and Aboriginal Australians may have also received some gene flow from an earlier group. Wow. So they tracing these people, they putting in work. Man, this is deep. And they don't look no different than some Americans.
Come
She
on, man.
definitely looked like JJ Mama from Good Times.
It's
And this dude looked like Joel Santana on top of her, right? Then look how dark these other people is. These various browns and dark. So you can't tell me that it's a separate race now. It's not a separate race, no matter how dark and brown you is, y'all. That's deep. She look like Sambo Mama, don't she? Now it's a group of people called the Sambukwi in South America. They are a very special people we have to research, and they're admitting that they are the Sambos. I'm gonna look them up, the particular people, and they have one of the oldest cultures in South America. So this Sambo Zimbabwe connection could be something to look into. But anyway, man, it's just too obvious when we dealing with this. And guess what? Nobody's talking about it. Don't make a difference how much people is into DNA and migration theory. Nobody talks about the Pacific. I'm just still shocked about it. We're first time hearing about this.
And that was funny how when you told Jabari about how the Sahara feeds the Amazon rainforest and the Caribbean and Florida,
Right.
and his ass was just straight lost.
Lost.
Like, no, you know that's wrong. I've never that's just wrong. That's wrong.
Right.
Like, man, no, you just sleep. You need to wake up. Stop disagreeing just to disagree.
Right. This dude know everything, or he want to know everything, which is just selfish. Like, dude, stop it. Like, shock they whole presence, man. All them research that and ain't had no sense to, come back and mention it. Because they're scripted. And I meant to, I didn't word it right. So what actually happens is the sandstorm, the sand from the desert is what feeds the Amazon. It's called the sandstorms.
Tell them.
So it's a magnetic connection and bio symbiotic relationship from these land masses where it's alive. You understand what I'm saying, my people? So
you see it. That's it right there.
Look at that. The winds, man. I'm telling you, man. So that go to show you the winds and everything, the weather, man. This stuff is under the creator's watchful eye, man. Nothing's just about coincidence.
Nothing. That's why we call what we call the wind. We call it the breath of God. Yeah.
Telling you, man. That's why, I'm gonna give you an example because I'm a very wise man. I used to say a lot of nonsense, like how you'd be walking and talking to yourself, very disrespectful, and the winds would pick up on me.
Yep.
And I knew it, and now I'm catching on why I had so much bad luck because I used to say some foul stuff.
Bro, me and this one OG, like he was one of the deepest I knew back in the days because I ain't really know a lot of deep ones, and he was a Muslim. So compared to most, that's always going to be a deep brother, But this one here in particular was, one of the best in my book, right? Man, we chopping it up. We going at it on that knowledge. And like I ain't even holding back on him because I know he's so, equipped with the knowledge. I'm like, man, I ain't even gonna play with you, right? Man, he crashing me with knowledge. Wow. Like we down, we having a debate right there under the tree where we be posted. Bro, I swear to G, as he speak, the wind is behind him. Like, like the wind is definitely under his, under his wings or under his sails and just blowing at me as he speak, bro. It's crazy.
Right.
And I'm talking about the whole time he breaking shit down. Then as soon as I go, I'm hitting him with it. Whoo, bro, the wind behind me, bro, is behind my sails and just crashing towards him. And we facing each other. So it's like, how is the wind going back and forth? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because god dang, as soon as he go in, here come the wind behind him. And then as soon as I go in, the wind behind me, bro, I thought we was finna start a hurricane, bro, and be up out of here like a whirlwind.
Right.
You hear me? Because I'm like, eventually the wind gonna get behind you and get behind me. Man, we gonna be spinning around this motherfucker, bro. Like it was the craziest thing I ever experienced. One of them.
Man.
Definitely. Nothing else like it. Nothing like it.
I'm telling you, man. The origin of the word hurricane is from these warrior women who used to enslave Christians off the coast of Anatolia, and they had the power to cause hurricanes. It ain't really from some slaves. They try to say from some slaves. So the storm woman on X-Men, man, my imagination go that way, and my abilities, I know we can control the elements. It ain't just no cell phone. Telepathy is real. They want you to think it's the cell phone, but you can really tap into that. Just like anything else we can tap into, Dr. Malachi Z. York was trying to teach us. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's for another day, y'all. But we're back on that level, and I want y'all to know this is not my channel. I'm a guest, but D Calico rock with me. I want y'all to know the great distraction that we went through with the jab and everybody who was anti-Moorish. That was to keep you away from this natural knowledge that will empower you and bring you back to those powers that we know we can have as Moors. We've always thought we can have powers. Even Aline Bay teach that we got supernatural abilities. That's all these distraction was to keep us from growing like that. 2 years of distracting us, we could have been superhumans by now. But I'm just letting y'all know we're taking back over the conscious community. On the real.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Respectfully. You know what I mean? Everybody gonna get checked. I thought, last year would have been enough. You know what I mean? All that smoke, we was turning up every corner, every street, looking for all the smoke. I say, man, I ain't gonna have to do this again, bro, because we finna get it in so tough that everything gonna be correct by then. Y'all still playing games? Okay, I'm reloaded.
Facts, they still playing games, man. Like I ain't got D Calico on the team. Like, man, it's like too easy, and I ain't even finna like. I don't like bragging, but what we're trying to prove is scholarship outweighs emotion. So
Yep.
we're giving y'all the opportunity, and y'all been dodging. So all we saying is the hijack of the buildings. That's why I'm going with my research, so we can nip this in the bud with the scholars that we got to really argue with on the Eurocentric level. We don't want to have these debates of Noble Drew Ali and Moors when y'all ain't nowhere in the pot. See, we're associating with y'all, a lot of y'all people that's anti-Moors. In their brain, they're really thinking they're the Atlanteans, the Tartarians,
Yeah,
the
without being Moors.
without being
Without
Moors.
being
Like
Moors.
I'm telling you, like this is what's really going on. Like we're not gonna sit here and just let that happen. Like y'all don't get it, like, and they're blind to it. They're just thinking it's a pity pat tit for tat a little argument, like some kids. No, this is business. Like I really feel like I'm summoned by the sun and the energies to defend the fate because we can't be beat and we know it. So this is a greater cause than just arguing with you dudes, like how real rap went through what he just went through. And as a man, he growing up, I knew he was gonna grow up, but as a man, I'm always gonna be like, look, you little fella, learn some respect. That's how I gotta come at a younger man. I can't play with him. So say the right thing to an adult.
Hey,
You feel what I'm saying? Come on,
that's
man.
real. That's real. Come on, man. Come correct. Hey, watch this. People lived in Australia for at least 60,000 years, and no land bridges connected Australia to anywhere
During the ice
during,
age,
during the
wow.
ice ages. You feel me? So during the ice ages, land bridges connected Sumatra, Java, Bali, and Borneo with Southeast Asia. It was all connected, right? With your islands now. Nowadays those are islands. But the Philippines and the Indonesian islands of Sulawesi, Lombok, Flores, Timor, and Moluccas were not connected by land bridges to Southeast Asia. Land bridges connected New Guinea and Australia with each other. Huh? New Guinea was connected to Australia, but not with Indonesia or Southeast Asia. It was long thought that early man was unable to migrate past the 15-mile Lombok Strait between Bali and Lombok. Stone flakes, possibly produced by humans, have been found in 730,000-year-old deposits on Flores, which has been offered as evidence that early man was able to cross the Lombok Strait. You feel me? But they don't want to say nobody came up out of no Africa beyond 300,000 years ago and all that kind of bullshit. Well, boom, the Philippines, my bad. Ah,
730,000 years in
yeah, the
Flores,
Philippines
probably occupied by people who arrived in small migration from the Maya
migration.
land.
Yep, Southeast Asia. The first of these are believed to be Negritos. About 2,300 years ago, Malayan people arrived from the mainland in the Philippines and brought a more advanced culture. Dairy, iron melting, and production of iron tools, pottery techniques, and system of sawas, which are rice fields. In the 10th century, Muslim traders came to Kalimantan or Indonesia to the Philippines. All right,
So all of the Negritos is Muslims.
exactly. Moro, they
They
know it.
right, they Islammed out over there. Like wow, I really want to experience that on the real, the Negrito kingdom. Millions of little people, like 4 foot.
Feel
Wow,
me?
look at that, man.
So once again, we still dealing with Negrito, but if we didn't know no better, anybody would have thought they were African.
Right. And I ain't gonna lie though, Negritos, Negroes, they got the melanin, but in many cases they don't always look alike, man. Like
Nope.
I ain't gonna lie, Ethiopians got their own little look, and Nigerians.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie, they got a little certain look, and American Negroes kind of do too. But what's so
Exactly.
crazy is we diversely look similar, diversely, because it's a lot of little looks we got, but we always see a dude with a twin, or we'll see a Aaliyah somewhere. We see that showing up. But yeah, these Negritos, look at her little look. But it's just more proof of the you melanin instead of this Indian native fantasy that they try to hit us with the Siberians and the natives. This is the reality right here of every land to me. Of every land with mineral wealth. This is the reality. This is the reality of America, right? Them big security forces, them Muslims, them big people. That's their job to be security. These are the people that they're rewriting and replacing. That is deep. Q Butter. Yeah, Q Butter, K Butter. He on the radar too. Definitely. And that what they got going on over there. But yeah, this Negrito, because I know a lot of Negritos. I know a lot of little people. I had some little people friends in Chicago. My best friend was some Negritos. Now Renato Adams, Miss Adams, man, she was like 4'7". She wasn't no midget. You can tell she was an Asiatic Negrito, and all her children were little people, man. So I know the genetics is out here, and they the heirs. Got us
Yep.
fooled, man.
Yep. Hit on the head.
They got us fooled big time. They know how to create these stories to how we already telling this story of Jesus that they made up. So now we telling the story about Tonto and Sammy Bull, Chief Bull. You see what I'm saying? That story
Yep.
like that is worse than Kunta Kinte. I'm telling you. Do you know how I know it? Because we exposed the damn teepees against the buildings. And that's what I'm telling Root Words. He's so mad I exposed him. Now he want to say, oh, A1 them showed the buildings first. Everybody know that I showed y'all the buildings to prove
Yeah.
Hobart them was in them TPs.
Exactly.
I showed them buildings. So don't do this, y'all. I showed y'all Tulsa, Oklahoma got their buildings blew up. Therefore, we were building buildings, not living in teepees. That's when they started wanting to move in buildings. Come on, man. I'm a legend. We legends, man. We offering y'all the best.
So, like I was telling Garfield, this is the Deir El Bari site. The Deir El Bari site of Queen Hatshepsut shows on the shelves that we see right there at the top. In between those two vases, you see a cob of corn. Right below, you see where that first shelf at? Right below that shelf is another cob of corn stacked on the top of the rest of
Yeah, I
those.
see it. I see it.
You know, we got
Yo,
squash.
I see the
We got
squash, which is
yeah,
another
squash.
American staple
Yeah,
food.
yeah, with that hook end to it. The squash has that like curved end.
Yo, squash is American.
Yeah, it's American. And then down at the bottom on the last shelf, we see another
Yo,
cob of
where
corn.
you peep this at? Like you peep this on your own?
Oh man, bro! Like once again, J.A. Rogers.
Right, J.A. Raj.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's why you keep
J.A.
getting
Rogers.
blessed because you stay showing love. That's crazy.
You know what I mean? For
Man,
real.
you peep the squash game. I was just telling somebody how it's a lot of squash plants that grow up north, like going towards Chicago. That's why we had a pumpkin up there.
Yes,
That
sir.
we do all that stuff with the pumpkin. It's so many squashes up there. Now these reddish brown looking people, look at this, man. This is
Exactly.
amazing.
The real red man. Now watch this. And then he want to ask, how did they make it over here? Like,
Wow.
how are you saying the Egyptians made it over here?
Man, come on, man. They had it
They
on
had
lock.
tech. They
They
had
had
tech,
that
bro.
tech. They knew the wind. They knew all that to a T. When you don't got motor at first, you clearly gonna learn how the wind blow. You gonna master that. So sailing is definitely up. Is the number one possibility. Then they got the rowers right here, but I think
Working on
that's
that.
a distraction from what they really had. I'm thinking the ancestors was colder than this on the real
Mhm.
sound vibration and all that.
And yep, like I said, Temple of Hatshepsut at the Deir El Bari. It said it provides a realistic uh, chronicle of an overseas expedition to the secret land of Punt.
Punt,
Or
right.
Punt,
They never
right?
say if that's America or not,
Yeah,
but
it is. Yeah. Egyptians had excellent seagoing galleys and sailing ships that were over 100 feet long, or about 40 meters, obtaining cargoes of the mysterious incense. Can't really read it. Or probably talking about the Anitu, Antiu, and the principal objective, realistic portrayals of the Antiu tree depict a lush plant that was accustomed to a most tropical habitat. They say fronds from this plant are similar to those of the Mexican whatever Polium copal incense plant. They have no similarity to the local Arabian myrrh plant. Antiu and Mays identify the location of Punt as being situated along the Gulf of Mexico, San Lorenzo. Same place they find this Ankh symbol in Mexico. Feel me? So you see the ship. Like that's the literal depiction off of the hieroglyphics. That's kind of faded, and that's a replica drawing of the same ship. And then he asked me, like, so how the heck you think they travel like that in those ships that the Egyptians had? One, I'm like, everybody get the Phoenicians credit, but there ain't nobody gonna give the Egyptians or nobody else no credit. When literally I had to bring up a book. The book is called 40,000 Miles in a Canoe. Right. Guy went all around the world in a canoe. And guess what it was? 150-year-old Indian canoe. He grabbed an old Indian canoe, put a sail on it, and traveled around the world.
In a canoe.
The world is only around about 24,896 miles. This man went 40,000 miles. So he took the long way. Obviously. He had to do some twists and turns. But he did it. He went 40,000 miles around the earth. Starting right there in Vancouver.
Right. And what was the time in like a year or something?
Yeah, he took over a year.
Right, over a year, but that's good for a sale though.
Yep.
That's good.
And then I'm just saying, like, they want us to believe that this has never been achieved until a European got our canoe and did it.
Right. That's what the Pan-Africans are selling. Right.
Yeah, that's what they said.
That's not gonna work in 2023. We're all confronting them at once. The eyeballs is going in on them today.
See, they don't like that we give the dummies, like we give them firepower because what we saying is correct, and what they saying, some of the things are correct.
Right, some of the things.
Some of it. So they're trying to dismiss the people that may be dummies. They're trying to dismiss everything they say, right. Which is, that's criminal.
Yeah, but when all else fail, we are the masterminds behind a lot of this research that a lot of our Aboriginal Indian brothers.
That's why it sounds dumb coming out of other people's mouth. I tell people not to try to copy this. Like, don't try this shit at home. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but the Pan-Africans need to know that. They know who you and me is, but they don't know that a lot of Aboriginal information are from us. Yep. And I'm willing to say that.
I take the blame. I take the blame, bro. I take the blame because it's fucked up the shit they be saying.
Right. They trying to reword it and it spellbinds them. It's almost like you curse yourself because you're lying. You didn't authenticate it and it ain't natural for you. You see what I'm saying? That's what goes with trying to, be famous. How could you want to be in the information realm trying to be seen when this is intellectual? This is different than a rap show. Like intellectual, it got something to do with spirit, man. Like for real. Like y'all dudes, you got to be chosen sometime and you got to be really up for the debate. I'm telling you. It's for real, man. When it's literal, it's real. So y'all really need us. Like I say, I call it the Black Order. The Black is a misnomer, but Thanos in the
They
Infinity
need to get in
Wars.
the crowd. They need to get back in the crowd and just, get the crowd hyped up. That's really what they made for. They like Lil Jon on the mic. I don't know why they trying to act like they
Yeah,
Nas and Jay-Z.
yeah,
Man, let us do this shit, man.
yeah. He. That's what I love about he. I mean, Hugh the coldest. He couldn't have said it more clearer for y'all. The best analogies on YouTube. Y'all are little Johns, little Flavor Flavs. You got to know your role sometime. Yeah, you look good with the slang talk, the hood talk, intellectual, flawless breakdowns, interpretive breakdowns,
Yes, sir.
advanced research. That's a different category. And
Talking
also presentation. Presentation means clear language. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Presentation, that means you got to have your best, and y'all don't have that. Stuttering, slang talk, that ain't gonna cut it. I'm telling you. So let's go to the elders. Me and D Calico is the elders by default because we do it the right way, especially under the Moorish understanding of the noble draw Leah being respectful. We do it right like that, and we go to combat. Like you know how the Moors would go to combat and they would have gloves. They
Hey,
wasn't just no savages. They
bro,
defeated you.
what is called Mortal Kombat? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it is what it is. Now, boom, back to spanking Garfield a little bit, because this another one right here. Like this, the nail in the coffin, huh? Or should I say the mummy? You know what I mean? This the nail in the mummy. I don't make up nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't making up.
Oh, I even see the Unk cup. You own it.
You feel me?
And I see the little unk right there, right? So you didn't even just pull that out your ass. I feel you, man. You
Feel me?
wow,
Feel
wow,
me? Like you got it
wow.
all right there. But slow as that.
Hold on, I don't know why this little crescent moon remind me of a curled up dolphin, but that's just my imagination, though. But yeah, though I see it, man. He went and found it. The Unk cup. What is
Matter of
this?
fact, you might have to read it from me. My phone acting crazy.
Yeah, it says artifacts of Egyptian contact in Mexico, ancient Mexico. In 1940, Mexican historian Manuel Sueves reported there were numerous artifacts. He said 1940. In cultural traits, there were a legacy of ancient contacts with Egyptian explorers or merchants. His History of Mexico reported that numerous statuettes of Isis and Osiris was found at an archaeological site in El Salvador as well. Samuel Purchase noticed that Mexicans use leaves of the date palm tree to wrap copal incense. The practice was documented in a tribute list. The Mayan god Etchauk, or Black Calabash, was revered as a founder of Mayan civilization, perhaps reflecting a Nubian heritage. The Ankh was an Egyptian symbol of life. It was featured on a Mexican drinking cup. One extraordinary Mexican artifact is a stone carving of a mummy wrapped in strips of cloth. The typical Egyptian funeral practice was otherwise unknown in Central America. Man, this is something else, man. Oh, wow.
You know what it is.
I know what it is. It's the empire all over the world. So they tried to confuse us the best way they can by teaching us different eras of people. Like Olmec is different era, Aztec. Hoping we don't put two and two together. Look at that. One cell. Look at that. It's a couple of islands in the middle. They take a break. Then they come on home. And then it's like a circular transit as well through the Atlantic. It's like a circular raft. So this is nothing new. The Egyptian boat voyage from the Americas, proving that these types of ships were capable of crossing the ocean. Look at this little boat, y'all. Wow. Look at that. And what I'm saying is there's proof they had mega ships that was built like islands, floating islands. This ain't nothing. Yeah, that's an individual who did it a million years ago, but they started really doing it, and they're not telling us how these people lived. 1970. Okay. Look, look, 54 days. 2000 and 2060 162 days and 54 days. That's like going on 2 months. 57 days, 3,200 miles. So on this little raft, they getting somewhere.
Yes, sir.
With the right amount of supplies, they gonna make it.
Period. Yep.
That's deep, man. The ancestors been doing this. It's so crazy how they little dream and they little out of Africa transatlantic, how that just fell down. But it really didn't fall down because they didn't lie, except they just switched the people. It was them from the Barbary.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's over with that quick. They whole election, they new election they're about to do is gonna be based off this. I'm telling y'all. They're gonna see how much it is of a problem of knowing this information, why it's affecting the voting process. Because everybody just woke up because of y'all. Y'all did this. I want y'all to know that. These folks was not woke the last 3 years ago. They had no idea.
None.
None.
Like we was the only blips on the radar.
The only like everybody is rapidly repeating this stuff that we know, but we know a little bit more, but we know how to act on it and
Yes, sir.
stand, on our square with it. They don't have that lesson, so they can be tipped over. But it's good that we got more soldiers out there than ever.
Hey, it's
Now,
the AGE of Aquarius.
Age of Aquarius. Now,
No
when we
one,
go after they little researchers, oh, they ain't gonna have nowhere to run.
bro. Dan Calloway tried to prop up all his little soldiers in front of, bro. We done, man. You single-handedly done knocked all them down. You feel me? Like it ain't gonna be nothing left but him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, everybody out the way. What's up? Is you gonna come to terms like a man? Because we see you acknowledging it in your actions. We
Right.
see you, but you need to just fully do it. Just like how real rap came up here, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, have a whole, different, you know, a whole different approach, brother. It got to be totally different. You got to go ahead and start switching that shit up.
Right.
Like you're gonna have to take back a lot of things you said about the Moors, all that kind of stuff. It just is what it is.
It is what it is. You got to do the right thing to make this community whole,
Or debate us.
or at least debate. Yep,
You
that's the
know,
only way this is gonna
like
go the right way.
like how people try to cherry pick and pick somebody they think is either less popular or they don't know nothing about him. Like I'd rather fight him. I don't want to fight the dude I know all about. So since you scared of something net of them, come see us.
Right.
Cause you got a better chance with them. All y'all can sound crazy as fuck over there. They gonna sound crazy. Y'all gonna sound crazy. All black people gonna sound crazy. But put the Moors in the picture. Hey, put the real Moors in the picture. Put us in there. Cherry pick and try to pick some, easy competition. Yeah, here we go. As a matter of fact, this is the book I was reading out of, like I say, from J.A. Rogers. It's called Africa's Gift to America. You feel me? And he's speaking on, like he bringing up their scholars, letting it be known that Mexico and America was a Negro continent. You know, and we have to know that the word Negro is the word Negrito. We just dealing with different languages.
Right.
Everybody in their mammy been calling us that
We are the
since
Negro.
since they
Yep.
came to America. They've been like, oh look, they just left Negrito. Now they come over here, looking at us like, damn, here they go again.
Yep. Yep. My memory, man, it picks up on the interactions when they was colonized and they was, getting rid of the thrones like Hawaii, Marina, and with some more kingdoms that they was making, the queen's seat. My heart goes out to them people because I know what happened to them. I already know. I can see it now. Burning down these towns. The robbery just happened to us. So let's look at the Moors and the Buddha, the return of the Buddha in 625 AD. So we talking about 1,500, 1,400 years of straight heaven on earth. Now all of a sudden we just doomed. I'm knowing what happened. The RAPE, the assault, brutalization. They even got the Cuban race riots where they was kicking Negro heads that was decapitated. Like, I ain't trying to sell that right now. I'm just saying the Negritos bring me a sad little feeling because I know they little, they couldn't do nothing. There's nothing they can do. That's how they got us, the Negritos. It's a sad story, man.
Hey, but dudes on TikTok been running off. They love to run off with the sauce. So as soon as I drop it, they try to pick it up and run with it.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody do it on the same panel, act like they ain't even hear me say it 5 minutes ago. I be like, hold up. I be like, bro, I know you just heard me say that. Yeah. I'm just agreeing with. Well, I'm saying the way you bringing it, it's like you just had an epiphany or something.
Right.
Like I just said this, bro.
Right. Like they just woke up and it was right on their dial plate. Man, these
Yeah.
dudes nuts, man.
Right. So boom. Everybody want to tie everything to a single land. Like when I say, Kemet couldn't have just meant Egypt. Kemet means the black land. So that anywhere you find this black soil would be Kemet. So the same thing going for what they say Ethiopia. I'm like, what we call Ethiopia is the kingdom, right? And it's the modern Ethiopia. But literally, Ethiopia that we talking about is on the east side of Africa. When we had the Ethiopic or Ethiopian Ocean, it was over here on the west side, what we call it the Atlantic Ocean.
Right. A lot of people leave that out. You're right.
Yeah, so America shares that. So we would have been Ethiopians, like they like to describe us as, even
Wow.
Charlie
That's scary right there. Because I've read how Britain used to displace whole Aboriginal populations and take them to other parts of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be one of them cases where identity they trying to get us to forfeit because we don't even know it's us.
Exactly.
We see what I'm saying? They didn't took it somewhere else, and just like Arabian, it's another one. Arabian. When we look at Arabian Mountain, and now you don't even know. All right, that ain't no Arab. It's right here. Like, stop it.
Yep. Exactly.
They got us.
Because watch this. When the colonizer pretty much populated, Mexico with his captives, they were particularly Moros. What we talking about? Negritos, right? And these Moros became chinos. They labeled them chinos in America and labeled us Negroes. They labeled us Negroes and the Mexican looking ones. They called them chinos, right? So that was the great divide right there because they are us. You know, these are our seeds. These are our children. As soon as they coming out light enough, they divide them. They're like, okay, we're gonna segregate your own lineage, your own children, your own bloodline, your family tree. We're gonna split y'all up because all y'all don't look like Negroes. Some of y'all look like chinos. You know what I'm saying? So on this part of the world, we forgot. Somehow the Mexican forgot. Like that's the thing, we can deal with the Caribbean folks. Those Spanish people know their grandmama. You feel me? To the point that they know she was dark. They know they got family like that to this day. So they ain't all the way lost. But these Mexicans, we was, split and divided from our little Chino children. They don't even know. They lost. And they don't do science. They don't rely on science. They don't rely on science. They can't imagine that they come from a dark ancestor, but they claim the old Mex. Hey, y'all smash that like button. I see y'all in the building. You feel me? It is what it is. We get it in.
Yeah, man, I'm finna put in that work to position us for these debates. We finna do the Crumb, me and Calico. I rarely do I rarely become guest on other people's shows unless it's a debate because I don't like affiliating myself with people who may be more receptive to those who scam. You know how we can have our brothers out here taking pictures for photo ops, and you don't know that that brother has a bad background. See, that happened. But what I'm saying is, when it come to research, I don't want you thinking I'm cool with somebody who might have what's that brother name? Tyrone and Love Zay as their number one partners. See, don't get it don't get it twisted like I'm rocking
Yeah,
like that. That's what I'm
that's real.
saying. That's why I
That's real.
don't like featuring. But in the case of brother Crumb, yeah, I'll go over there and rock the house because I know I done seen him put in work. And he
Yes,
knows
sir.
what the Indian does to the community.
Yep.
Crumb knows about y'all Indians on how y'all are disingenuous.
Yes, sir.
So we gonna rock and go from there and see if everybody else received PNF and the team and
Yep.
the
Get
Shadow
ready to
Band
post it.
Confederacy.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir. That's real.
saying? Like I
1,000.
say, it ain't about how many views you get. It's how many views you don't get. That's how we judging y'all. So
That's
stop
real.
playing. I'm
That's real.
telling you.
Think we sleep. Hey, I guess they're gonna go back in the shadows. You know how you can watch the video, you just scrolling down, like you ain't gotta tap in.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, they're in the hallway. They watching from the hallway. It was just in here. I didn't jumped out. They're like, hey, go back to the hallway. Hey, once again, the Gritos, bro. Like that look like my nephew. That look like a female I definitely have seen a whole bunch of times.
Yeah,
You know
that
what I'm saying?
Negrito blood, Australoid blood is real out here in America.
You can't
Not
tell
gonna
me
lie.
no different, bro. East and West Indians are the same
They the
people.
same. It's actually the same. And anthropologically, they've traced the Tamil civilization Nadu, Kannada Nadu,
Hmm.
Tamil Nadu with the Mexican Tamaulipas. They've connected those civilizations and as ancient. We talking about thousands of years ago. So all of this, what he just showed y'all with the sailboat, this been done thousands of years ago, man. It's nothing. Coffee, we got coffee, nicotine, tobacco, hemp, corn, squash, all in ancient Egypt, and that's like 3,500 years ago, approximately. Because Egypt, I think, is before Christ, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
So if Egypt is before Christ, that's 2,000 years plus, y'all, with squash and corn, which is predominantly believed to be a native to American crop. That's deep. Cahokia was the number one manufacturer of corn. So we wasn't no rinky dinks primitives that they trying to make us to be and to believe in, and that's rewriting history. And I think that's why we have a lot of these wars going on. A lot of this is a ramification of that because the media don't have that influence that used to have on us. A lot of people don't even care about politics no more because they just found out they lied. They lied. They can't tell us anything anymore. When you'll have a light skin and a dark skin cousin, first cousins, and when you're out in public, they're gonna call your cousin an African. What up, black man? And then if you was a light skinned person, oh, not you. You feel you a house nigga. What? I grew up with him. This is my cousin. So, and psychologically, they're damaging you with these stories, destroying lives one by one with a simple lie. And like I say, I'm an avenger. I'm not, boy, I'm telling y'all, boy, I'm up late night right now because we care about y'all. And y'all want to go over there to slow bus Sanchez. Shout bus Sanchez. Somebody told me they love my information so much, and there's a prestigious person who is very respected. And they were like threatening to not do business with people if they didn't know about my channel. You feel what I'm saying? This is one of my supporters. So I'm telling y'all, bro, the people need this. It's like something blocking us, from being the voice. Yeah, and I wanted to go over this. The Moors of Delaware with you. You was talking about the brother, Two Hawks homeboy, Turtle Gang.
Yeah.
Turtle Gang know about Calico and he know about me. Them boys are smart.
Yeah.
Him and Raymond Two Hawks is very smart.
Yeah.
They know about us.
Hey, read that for him real quick.
Okay, the newspaper did cite what they consider to be a tradition. The Moors of Delaware have maintained a tradition of claiming kinship neither with the blacks or whites of Delaware nor with the Moors of Mauritania. Wow, Calico the truth. Man, they shut all that down, huh? Look, neither with the blacks or whites. Somehow, I don't think this is what anthropologists, ordinary people, or fiddler on the roof mean by tradition. It's like saying the tradition of Santa Claus consists only of his not being the Easter Bunny, a Jack O' Lantern, or a Christmas tree. Now, I don't get that, but from their own quoted words, they ain't with black, whites, or from no Mauritania. They basically saying they abos. Like what? We Moors, but we from right here. So they been up on game. Delaware. Sounds French. Claiming kinship neither with blacks or whites of Delaware, nor with Moors of Mauritania.
See how he was hating? He said that's like saying, like Pete the Code, he said the tradition of Santa Claus consists of his only of his not being the Easter bunny. When he say Easter bunny, he means that white Delaware that he was speaking of.
I peep now.
When we say a jack-o'-lantern, that's that Indian you were speaking of, because that's that pumpkin.
Right.
You feel me? That's that American pumpkin, which is considered like something
Indian staple. Yeah, that's an Indian staple.
Yeah. So it's like saying the tradition of Santa Claus consists only of his not being white or Indian. Yeah, I'm not either or. Huh? I'm a Moor, mother sucker. What's wrong with you? You feel me?
Right.
And then look how they so much like us to the point, hey, they not claiming Mauritania. They ain't claiming blacks, whites. You know what I'm saying?
See, these
Like,
my Moors. See, that's how I'm getting down.
I already know it. I already know why I bring it for you, bro. I ain't lying. I knew it. That's what I said when I
These
see
my
it.
Moors right here. I'm telling you.
Uh, and he trying to kick us out. The Delaware were not Moors. I'm like, bro, man, these Moors ain't average. They don't even claim Mauritania. They ain't claiming none of that you know, Arabic dynasty stuff y'all be trying to talk
Right.
about. Like none of that.
None of that. They don't know
But
nothing
they
about that.
but they
That's how I get
Moors,
down.
but they Moors.
They not playing. See, now let's go into the etymology of the land, the people. I guarantee you that's what they talking about. Because when we talk about the Paramount Confederacy of the Powhatan, Paramo is the same word as Brazil, which means moorland. So they're defending the land and the mother. And they know that nonsense. They peeped it back then. And what's his name? Lenape, Turtle Gang. He's from this. And he's so confused. He just looked confused. He looked confused. Like, look at this, man. The Moors is now going to the Wampanoag of these same people. They was going to war with these same groups. They have something called Metamora, which means mother god, the great mother. This is what they're securing, y'all. The great motherhood of the first mothers, because that's how you get aboriginality, by protecting these bloodlines. They knew it. They're protecting Mary, y'all, and I haven't gotten into that, and I kind of brought it up, but it's a tradition over here. This book I read that they're chasing down this Mary bloodline, the so-called mother of Jesus, and they're trying to, exterminate it or something like that. And they're chasing these people through the Americas. You see what I'm saying? This holy mother bloodline. I'm telling you, man. That's what that Henry Latta immortal genetics is about. Because they know they can perform miracles with the blood of these women. The Moors of Mauritania. I'm telling you, man, I'm on it with the more of Jesus. The more of Jesus, the Negro Christ in America, what is it called? The Holy Grail. They're really here for the blood of God, man. For real, man. It's not this is not a game, man. It's no longer a game to me.
No, it's real. I know exactly what you're saying too. You think Henrietta Lacks was the only one?
Right. It's the Avengers. When Thanos was getting them all of the lifelines, whatever they call the power crystals. See, they got to connect all the dots to get the full body of immortal genetics. That was just one aspect, the regeneration aspect. But they own it like that. They documenting us like that, and time is not time on our side because we're gonna win in the end. But we can alter this by waking up now.
Yeah.
Because thinking on this level, we going to the next level, y'all. Telling y'all, man. Telling y'all, man. Y'all supporting the wrong team, G. Kiera's still up. Yo, you think you blocked on Crumb? We gonna get you unblocked. Crumb, once we holler at Crumb and show him love, he gonna rock with us. You gotta show that brother love though. He been putting in work. And I think he invited me on the channel before, knowing my slow self.
Yeah.
Don't even, react quick enough. On the real. But yeah, I want to build with the gods that's gonna give us the platform, because they will shut us off. Shut us down, ignore us. But guess who's been coming around? Old big dog Philly. Philly coming around. I seen him on Sanini, on Yasini channel.
Yeah. I seen that.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be a more hater, and I got him to recant the other day about the U.S. citizenry, because I'm like, you're not doing nothing for nobody, Philly. So don't tell us that the U.S. citizenry is bad. You're not doing nothing. You see what I'm saying? So don't tell me we ain't no citizens. So yeah, but you know, he been acting real good lately. And I just think they ready, man. That's why I've been on the Abo channel showing love over there. And you know, and then people accept D Calico because they can't hear D Calico message if they can't hear my message. See, I'm
Yep.
paving the way like John the Baptist because y'all ain't ready for D Calico. I'm telling you. I'm just paving the way like the warrior. Like you feel me? Like
Yep.
I'm chopping the trees down. Like stop playing. I'm making y'all see the clear vision. Cause Calico got the automatic dial plate like the Buddha. You know what I'm saying? If you
Yep.
look at them Buddha dudes, you look like them. Y'all don't even know they be having them dreadlocks. Go and look at them old Cambodian statues
Yes, sir.
and
The
how they
wisdom is in
depicted.
your hair. The wisdom is in your hair.
I'm telling
And
you.
these are the type of things I knew before I grew it at all. Believe me, I had low cut scissors with the deep waves. Like anybody would have been waved up like me would have never grew their hair. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I did it for a purpose. Now,
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
now look at this greatness right here, of course.
Oh yeah, that's cool. And I think they actually be mocking us. They be knowing about this, them Jews, and they put a lot of this in art, like Tupac, all that mocking us. But this top G right here with the gold on, man, this is cold right here. It just let us know how the guys was thinking and how they look. He even got rings on the finger.
All that, bro. The golden arms. You know, like even the one that go across the muscle. You feel me? Like the Adonis,
Right, right.
biggest, biggest, charm you could have on, you know what I'm saying, on a necklace. All that with a gold fez.
They mind frame. I'm just trying to see how they was thinking. Because to me, this is when we look at the time frame of the possibilities, this is looking like Solomon's miners. Because I read about Solomon Gold Mine in South America and in India in my biblical geography maps page. So these are the first miners or the first people to export it.
Now watch this. He go that American and Egyptian connection again. People like Garfield. You know what I'm saying? For the ones in the back. I know y'all in the hallway. I keep popping in, screenshotting and getting out.
Yeah. These dudes funny, man. Real.
Hey, come on, man. That's the priest of Amen. Like that's Amen. Number one, he
Yeah.
got
And
two
gold
feathers.
was big for them. I forgot what it was for because one of the brothers had did something with one of the not the pharaohs but the kings. He had the rods. I forgot if it was Ray Hagen's one of these dudes, and they demonstrated how they was making batteries back then. It's
Yeah.
like the dark skinned brother. I forgot his name. Is it Osiris? One of them, but he's a real dark statue, and he had two metal rods in his hand. And they demonstrated how they had lightsabers and was making batteries using copper and gold. So I'm thinking these dudes was walking power plants back then. This is how you feel
Yeah.
me? Like they was
Yeah.
experimenting on a different level.
Yep. All the energy can
Right,
definitely be generated from us, from within. But at the same time, look at things like the pyramids. Like people
right,
have a hard time believing that these are energy plants. For some reason, they have a hard time believing.
right,
But literally, the pyramids are made out of something called calcite. You
right.
feel me? Calcite and quartz. Matter of fact, calcite and quartz. A quartz crystal is piezoelectric, right? Piezoelectric means whenever force is applied, it produces electricity. It's like Pikachu. You think you
Wow.
can squash Pikachu? You know what I'm saying? As force is applied, electricity is produced. So electrons are emitted. So that's
Mm.
electricity right there. So you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like soon
And
as you
what you
go
say
to
the
try to
name of it was again? Say that the name. The stone.
piezoelectric,
No, the name of the stone.
uh, um, calcite or
Calcite.
quartz.
Okay.
Quartz.
Wow.
You know, quartz crystal. Yep. Just like our watches are made of quartz, they're all
Right.
made of that crystal. You know, this is what
Wow.
powers those gears to be able to go and go and go. And we
Right.
won't, you know, we wonder how. You know, they don't tell us. It's
Wow.
piezoelectricity,
Wow.
right? The gears are grinding the crystal, producing the electricity necessary.
Right. As it tap it.
Yep. You know, that's why you
Come
wind.
on, bro. And you know, as old as I am, I'm just not finding this out.
Come on, man. You know,
Right.
I ain't years ahead of you on that one. You know what I'm saying? But to be fully all over it, is shoot, that's this year right here. So we all on the same boat. You know what I mean? You know, I wasn't gonna leave you for real. Like, man. So imagine we talking about blocks that are tons and tons of pounds. You know, a ton is 2,000 pounds. So I said tons with an S. So we talking about blocks that are tons and tons of pounds, and they're sitting on top of each other. That's the pressure that's needed to create this electricity. So you ain't dealing with nothing but electricity. Back in the days when they say people were allowed to scale the pyramids, some archaeologists, as he was going up and getting tired, he grabbed his flail, his whisk, to get a sip of water, and it was metal, and he got shocked, and he realized something about these pyramids was electric. You know what I'm saying? For real. So they know what it is. 1 second, I'm here.
You need to do a bill with Shikamagu L. Yeah, we can touch down with that brother and bring him in. I don't want to shadow ban him just because he teaches the same information I do. I ain't jealous. We'll get a hold of him. He a good brother. Him and Sacred Grove. But I'm on debate time and world domination time for PNF, people in Four Great Lakes and Gulf Coast. So the media, we have to do the media and we gotta represent the culture. So a lot of Moors, they hit me with the he too rough, he too wow, judging me. But guess what? You're too passive. And the Holy Prophet said passive, he said active, not passive. So while you're judging me, you're a passive aggressive person, which is not good. That's what I'm telling y'all people that's hating on me. You temple Moors, you spiritual Moors who point fingers at cuss words. Dude, we at war.
Yep.
We at war.
Real. We need him to wake up. Like the prophet said, Moors are fearless, not just intelligent only. You know what I mean? We got to be fearless also. We seeing too much fear. European and African opponents of certain African majority of researchers due to the death of pre-Columbian. I'm just showing right there how even calling these people Thought I heard a certain image I really wanted to show y'all because when we dealing with the word Moroccan in the Amazigh language, which is the Ethiopian language, the word Moroccan is spelled Amerrukan, like American. Feel me? So the same word Moroccan or Ala Moroccan is definitely the same word American. My little video on TikTok went viral on that one. I guess it's why they blocked me out that page. I'm on my backup page. I'm already shadow banned on TikTok. You know how it go, bro.
Yeah, they banned me on TikTok, and that's what really made me mad because I wasn't even saying a whole lot. And they banned 2 of my channels, man.
I already
Real.
know. I already know. I've been standing there with you. I be feeling like it be my fault, man.
No, this was before I even really got to rocking with you on TikTok.
Yeah.
That they had really disappointed me. I was just doing basic little research, going on Asians channel. Once I got on them Asians, they got rid of me, and I didn't even know. I didn't even know TikTok was an Asian site.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had
Exactly.
said something about some little culture vulture Asians, and they got rid of me. I was never able to comment again.
Yep.
So they
They
know
did
your
me like that.
email. They judge you off your email. That's how they know who you
Yeah.
is. So I would have
IP
to make
address.
a whole new one.
IP address, bro. They
Yeah.
told me they're gonna block all my motherfucking pages. My backup pages, everything.
Yep.
If I keep fucking up.
Yeah, they cold blooded with it. They got some type of system where they can identify you.
They told
So
me IP address.
it's like not easy to get on there. You got to go on with a whole new phone and everything and just start over if you're gonna get on TikTok. On the real. But I take my time because if I can get a little run over there, I want to do it the right way. Cause I learned you can't run your mouth over there like YouTube. They just censor you, put you in
Yep.
the back of the bus.
Yep.
Like you go to the back of the bus, guy. We're trying to sell tickets here. On the real, they trying to sell tickets on YouTube by the billions. We up here trying to teach.
Yep. Just a few. Still hate.
Man, when they show pictures like this of the gods, I'll be already knowing they got the god's body somewhere in the vault. You know, the homie with the gold right here, you already know they got this body because he got the melanin that's been embalmed because of the mummified. So his body's still there, preserved. And they just showing you a display of what he looked like in his tomb. The Moorish crown, that's the caliphate, yo. Because the Moorish was shunned by the Wahhabis, later on the Sunnis, and called infidels because they wore gold and they wore certain fashion. They called them West the infidels and the Moors gate in Jerusalem. And they entered through the west, called the Moroccan gate, y'all. And the Arabs, they looked down on the Moroccans, the Moors, because they wore jewelry. And this is the example of what that caliphate looked like back then. See, I got the vision. I can come up with that because I know who ruled the ports. This is the Moors right here with the sun. Wow, they got the ancestors' bodies, boy. The tombs, you know they got it because they got the Confederacy.
Mhm. Exactly. Exactly. That's what that Geronimo type stuff be about.
Yeah.
You know, all this Freemasonry, people don't realize it's built, behind that skull of Geronimo. Come on, man. Who the hell they thought, them people would do that to? You know what I'm saying? A mixed person?
Right.
YT or Native American? Come on, man. As Mohican. Once again, them beautiful Negritos, right? And what their bloodlines look like. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, that look just like my auntie, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I done
And,
seen them. I done seen the gang of them in the hood.
and my cousin, she a red bone. When she was a baby, she looked like that.
Yeah, she got the old Mac nose too.
Mhm.
Definitely got the old Mac nose.
All day.
Sister Soul, I know you out there lurking. You just commented on one of my posts. Go on, hit the link, Sister Soul. It's okay.
Come on, man. And then, come on, like I say, in this part of the world, people like that child, that little baby, they all grown up.
Yep.
They do
And they
not
forget
know, and they don't know that they come from a beautiful woman with an afro.
that's deep. They all, yep, the stolen generations
You
that
know?
they got thinking is Native American now and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And in between, some of them think they white.
That's it.
Yep, especially the Spanish population. You know they took them. It
Man.
was crazy. Just look at Brazil and look at Belize. They have those people with the straight hair. You can go right into Belize and you're gonna see people standing by each other, nappy hair, straight hair, nappy hair, straight hair. Up here they call it Indian and Negro. You feel me? That's how they hit us in North America. And people still ain't woke up. Mastodon bones. New evidence for human activity. Yeah, 130,000 years ago. It's a wrap because the albino gene didn't exist then.
You feel me?
That's a wrap. That's over with right there.
Australasians.
That was the land of the blacks at that time. It was over. So there's no leopard
Oh,
alcocutaneous albino strain nowhere. So we're talking about who else could have inhabited these places
you feel me?
besides the Negrito. And that's what's on the stone Ica stones. Then we got the new Inga. The Inga stone in the I believe in South America. It's called the Inga in Brazil, where they got all these writings on there showing the Negrito. So the Negrito, wow man, they got us fooled. I don't know what we did to get put in this dumb slavery, but it's like wow, a whole nother world out there. Let me see. What people talking about 5. Now, I ain't even know it was this late or this
Yeah.
early, but
And stop about 5 minutes. I'm gonna show you this right here. Add to that 130,000 years.
look at all them islands.
I mean, this is the Pacific Coast migration. The Pacific Coast migration,
Right.
uh, or AKA the Kelp Highway. We're saying 130,000 years ago, and all of that time during the Ice Age, that obviously there was less water and along along that line that we're looking at is actually a coastline. It would have been a coastline at that point.
Right.
It's called the Kelp Highway. So basically, if nothing else, because the ancestors back then were eating off kelp, so they saying they could have just followed that highway of kelp that led all the way to America and survived just off kelp and all of the animals and parts of the sea, things of the sea that that live up in them. Like they can live off all of that alone and make it all the way to America. So that was the Kelp Highway or the Pacific Coast Migration. Like before the Ice Age ended and all that water came into the world, like all of the oceans and everything were at least 400 feet lower. You know what I mean? So the shores were at least 75 miles further. You know what I mean? That's a lot of miles worth of land that is now underwater. Because what we call the shore was not the shore back then. You know, you're talking about 75 to 150 miles further out there into what we now call the water, the ocean. So yeah, we've been making these moves, man. Like, there was a lot more land bridges during the Ice Age. A lot more. People could have walked a lot more places than they give it credit. One possibility that could be excluded with high confidence is that they were like us, Homo sapiens, experts say. They did not exit Africa until about 80,000 or 100,000 years ago. But that still leaves a wide range of candidates, including several other hominin species that roamed Eurasia 130,000 years ago, the author said. They include Homo erectus, whose earliest traces date back nearly 2 million, really 5 million years ago. Neanderthals, who fought and commingled with modern humans across Europe before dying out some 40,000 years ago. And an enigmatic species called Denisovans, whose DNA survives today in Australian Aborigines. The Negritos have the highest concentration of Denisovan DNA, and also the Australian Aborigines. In a companion analysis, Olin and his team argue that despite rising seas 130,000 years ago due to an interglacial period of warming, the overseas distances to the Americas were
Right.
within the capacity of human populations at that time.
Same race.
Yep.
And you can
Australasia.
see it. The Negritos definitely is the missing link that they hypothesized. I mean, theorized anyway. So I can see it clearly with the islands, how populated it was. And that's it. That's what they're hiding. And they don't have a DNA study for the Pacific Islanders because guess what? They're too busy trying to wipe them out and replace them too to justify Darwinism. But yeah, though, this right here, this research right here, it nips it in the bud because anybody who can comprehend know this is the Asiatic, the prophet already described to us is humanity. Yeah, this was a master build, man. I shared it. Other people shared out. You people will do yourself an injustice if you don't go over this information. Hopefully, we can get on Rob. What's his name? Brother Garfield's channel and build. I'm open to building and cutting down on some of my insults.
Yep.
You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? Because we build and I already know we got the God body, fountain of youth, fountain of knowledge and information that people can depend on and grow from. Even the Pan African Garfield said Carol Supe is older than Egyptian pyramids.
Exactly. You got it. We got it.
We got him on the sound bite, so it's a wrap. It's nothing to talk about. Don't play.
AGE.
Right. So Garfield finna be the
Aquarius.
first Pan-African on AGE.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Damn, Garfield. So you
Because
playing
what?
game.
A Pan-African from America ain't nothing but an Aboriginal goofy.
An Aboriginal goofy.
Silly
rabbit.
man.
Tricks up for kids, man.
Hey, but I definitely appreciate you coming up here, PNF, man. It's always a pleasure, brother.
Yeah, yes, man. I get up with you maybe Monday, or if not Sunday night. See if we can get up with Brother Crumb and then get to work. On the real.
Yes, sir. Real.
Right.
Definitely push that book and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, definitely all that on the table.
You might want to have one to, show the cameras how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, I got you. We're gonna put on the show. You know, I know how to do and demonstrate. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
And open these doors for more greatness from all of us. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's going down, y'all. Everybody who see this video, show love because we back. I'm coming back on the other channel too, where we can do full builds and get our other brothers and sisters back involved and get this money up. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. So I'm up out of here. Appreciate you, Calico.
For sure, bro. Peace.
Near the southern border of Georgia in Central Asia lies the small hilltop town of Dmanisi. Excavations here by David Lord Kipanidze of the Georgian National Museum have uncovered the oldest remains of early human ancestors ever seen outside Africa. Field scientists working at the site in the year 2000 uncovered the fossil of a large jawbone that dates back to 1.8 million years ago. 5 years later, in 2005, the team carefully unearthed the large skull that went with the jaw. Together, the fossils make the most complete skull ever found of an early human ancestor alive at that time. The skull is spectacular in its own right, but the implications of the fossils have sent shockwaves through the scientific community. The discovery has forced them to rethink the story of early human evolution. That's because the skull, when considered with other remains from the site, shows that early human ancestors known as Homo erectus could look very different to one another. So different, in fact, that fossils thought to come from different species of human ancestors in Africa, such as Homo habilis and Homo rudolfensis, may not have been separate species at all. Instead, the scientists believe that all, or at least most, of these creatures belong to one evolving lineage of Homo erectus. The discovery has challenged our fundamental understanding of early human evolution.